Welcome back to Reds Focus LFC. Today we've got huge breaking stories, transfer setbacks, Real Madrid pressure, Salah concerns, and major decisions for Arne Slot. Let's dive straight into the latest Liverpool headlines. Liverpool could face another Marc Guehi setback after deadline day drama. Liverpool dramatically failed to sign Marc Guehi after problems on Crystal Palace's end meant that the England international was unable to complete his £35 million transfer on deadline day. Liverpool are set to face a fight to sign Marc Guehi in January after two European giants registered their interest. Guehi, 25, was all set to join the Premier League champions on transfer deadline day. Crystal Palace had accepted a £35 million bid for the England international, who has less than a year left on his contract. A deal sheet had been submitted before Monday's 7 p.m. cutoff and Guehi had already filmed his farewell video. But Palace were unable to sign a replacement and manager Oliver Glasner sensationally threatened to quit if his captain was sold in the final hours of an underwhelming summer transfer window for the FA Cup winners. Glasner ultimately got his way and Guehi, who remained professional throughout the saga, is still a Palace player. Reports are claiming that Liverpool plan to reignite their pursuit in the Palace defender when the January transfer window opens, hoping to broker a cut-price deal given that he'd have 6 months left on his contract. But the Reds might not be the only suitor in town. From January 1st, Guehi will be allowed to speak to clubs from abroad and sign a pre-contract agreement. That'd see him remain at Selhurst Park until the end of the 2025-26 season before joining a new club next summer, likely after representing England at the World Cup. The Sun say that both Barcelona and Real Madrid are interested in the former Chelsea star. Barca lost Inigo Martinez to Al Nassr last month, while Real are also in the market for a new centre-back. Liverpool's own Ibrahima Konate has, coincidentally, been heavily linked with a move to the Bernabeu. Like Guehi, Konate's contract is due to expire next June. Guehi is certainly ready to leave Palace after 4 seasons at the club. In the club's leaked farewell video, the 25-year-old said, "I'm a South London boy. Grew up in South London. Captained the club from a young age. They've been fantastic for me and my family. Definitely a pleasure to play for this football club." Glasner put the pressure on Palace's hierarchy after Guehi scored in their 3-0 win away to Aston Villa on Sunday. "We have to keep him. I told this to the chairman. It's not for me," the Eagles boss affirmed. "I like Marc. He's such a professional player and is such a nice guy, but it's for the future of Crystal Palace. It's for playing a successful season. We have to keep him. We've talked about this situation and said, okay, we're just selling Marc if we have the right replacement. If we don't have the right replacement, for me it's clear to keep him." Liverpool transfer pain with Real Madrid confident of landing Reds' #1 target. Real Madrid raided Liverpool for Trent Alexander-Arnold during the summer transfer window, and the Spanish side could now beat the Reds to their top target next year. Real Madrid are said to be confident of signing Marc Guehi over Liverpool despite Bayern Munich joining them and Barcelona in the race for his signature. The reigning Premier League champions tried and failed to sign the Crystal Palace captain on transfer deadline day this summer. Guehi, 25, is now due to become a free agent at the end of this season. Palace manager Oliver Glasner has already confirmed that his skipper will leave the South London club next year. A mid-season move is not on the cards, though, despite this winter being the last opportunity they have to recoup a transfer fee. Guehi will be able to sign pre-contract agreements with overseas clubs as soon as January 1st, handing an advantage to Liverpool's European rivals. The Sun claimed that Madrid are under the impression that he favors a move to the Spanish capital, believing the defender wants to play with Jude Bellingham for club and country. The club are said to be convinced they can persuade the central defender to join them over the other options. Liverpool are reportedly keen on signing a central defender during the January transfer window and had plans to approach Guehi in the summer when he'd be a free agent. After missing out on Guehi, who remains a top target for the Reds, Slot saw Giovanni Leone ruled out for the season after tearing the anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee. Arne Slot selected a back three of Andy Robertson, Joe Gomez and Wataru Endo for their 3-0 defeat to Palace in the League Cup 4th round. Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk were both absent from the matchday squad. Slot afterwards bemoaned their lack of depth. He claimed they only have 15 players available in their squad, with the rest supplemented by teenagers. Liverpool and Man United transfer for £17 million Wonderkid wanted by Real Madrid. Hertha Berlin Wonderkid Kenneth Eichhorn is said to be attracting interest from some of Europe's biggest clubs, including Liverpool, Manchester United and Real Madrid. Liverpool and Manchester United are keeping tabs on German Wonderkid Kenneth Eichhorn, who Hertha Berlin are willing to let go for £17 million. Eichhorn, 16, is making waves in Berlin after breaking into Hertha's first team this season. The defensive midfielder has made 8 appearances in the German second tier, forcing some of Europe's biggest clubs to take notice. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, RB Leipzig, Eintracht Frankfurt and Bayer Leverkusen have all reportedly sent scouts to watch Eichhorn. Premier League delegates are also regulars at the Olympiastadion. It's claimed that Liverpool, United, Arsenal and Manchester City have all began scouting him. German publication Bild, via Mundo Deportivo, report that Hertha have already told interested parties that they consider an offer worth €20 million, £17 million. Eichhorn got his chance in the first team because of injuries, but he's managed to keep his place thanks to a string of impressive performances. He is an incredible, exceptional talent, teammate Fabian Rees hailed following the 16-year-old's debut. If he continues like this, all doors will be open to him. I have rarely seen anyone so talented at that age. He has a huge career ahead of him. Boss Stefan Liedl has also waxed lyrical after the match, saying, "I couldn't care less whether he's 16 or 17. He's a huge talent for Hertha. In many of his actions, you could see what we might be seeing from him in the coming years. I'm completely convinced of his abilities. He did a great job." Eichhorn signed a new contract in July and has earned comparisons to ex-Germany star Toni Kroos because of his ability to control the tempo of a game. Kroos' brother, Felix, has urged him to stay at Hertha for 2 to 4 more years and help them return to the Bundesliga. Speaking to RTL, Kroos explained, "That's the beauty of football. There isn't one right path, no magic formula." Still, Eichhorn, at 16, is a special case and should remain in his familiar environment. That's what brought him to where he is now. A move to Bayern or Borussia Dortmund in the next 2 to 4 years would be too early. I hope he develops at Hertha for a few more years. Ultimately, you can't plan anything in football. If it goes well and Eichhorn stays another 2 or 3 years, those €6 million could become 60 million. That would be even better for the books in Berlin. And with the sums circulating today, 6 million is too little anyway. He added, "The way Eichhorn plays is remarkable. He radiates calm, gains valuable experience, and is allowed to make mistakes. He has the quality, yet he will sometimes sit out. You have to give such a young player a break because it's a lot for the mind." Mohamed Salah could miss 9 Liverpool games as Arne Slot faces selection dilemma. Egypt wants Mohamed Salah to link up with his international teammates earlier than expected, which could potentially lead to him being absent for an extra Liverpool game. Egypt national team director Ibrahim Hassan wants Mohamed Salah to link up with his international teammates earlier than anticipated this winter ahead of AFCON. Though he will be rested for the second Egypt game of this international break, Salah is set to miss a crucial run of games for Liverpool because of the tournament in Morocco. It is set to run from December 21st to January 18th, though Egypt may not go all the way to the final. Hassan has revealed that discussions are ongoing with Liverpool and Manchester City to determine the status of Salah and Omar Marmush for a friendly against Nigeria on December 14th. "We are still in contact with Liverpool and Manchester City at the moment regarding this matter," he confirmed to Win-Win. Both clubs have Premier League fixtures scheduled for the same weekend, Liverpool against Brighton and Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. It seems unlikely that Salah and Marmush would want to miss out on those games. Salah remains an important figure for Arne Slot, while Marmush has missed much of the season to date through injury. Salah is likely to miss home Premier League games versus Wolves and Leeds games and visits to Tottenham, Fulham and Arsenal. That game at the Emirates could still be important in the title race, though the Reds are currently trailing by 8 points. If Egypt goes deep into the tournament, Salah might also end up missing games with Burnley and Marseille. He could have missed a potential Carabao Cup semi-final before Liverpool was knocked out by Crystal Palace. He would be unlikely to feature in the FA Cup third round, but that falls early in 2026 as well. Missing the Brighton game would make it 9 matches in total that Salah could be absent for. Everton's $36 million star admits he's closely watching Liverpool rival in bid to improve fortunes. Everton forward Thierno Barry says he watches a Liverpool forward in an attempt to learn from him after a slow start to life under David Moyes in the Premier League. Everton spent $36 million, £27 million, to sign the French youth international Thierno Barry from Villarreal this summer, but he is still adjusting to life in English soccer. The 23-year-old is yet to score or assist in 13 appearances for his new club and hasn't yet registered a shot on target in over 6 hours of Premier League football. But Barry says he is trying to learn from Liverpool's Hugo Ekitike and Newcastle United striker Nick Woltemade. We arrived at the same time and I like to see how they are adapting, the runs they are making, the Everton forward told The Athletic. I've played with some great forwards, Dayumersign Bocani at Beveren, Albion Ajeti at Basel and Gerard Moreno and Ios Perez at Villarreal. I was the youngest of the 3 at Villarreal, but I played the most minutes. People say I'm in competition now with Beto, but I don't see it like that. I'm in competition with myself, and if I prevail personally, then I always have confidence I could do the job. That's why I got a tattoo during my time at Basel. Me against me. Whenever I have a difficult moment now, I look at that. Barry scored 19 times and assisted 4 goals last season across 41 appearances in the Swiss Super League with Basel and in the Spanish top flight with Villarreal. Ekitike and Woltemade have both made strong starts in the Premier League since they came in. The Liverpool ace has hit the ground running, while Newcastle's Alexander Isak replacement has 4 goals in 8 appearances so far. The whole Newcastle package had potential for tension, especially since I arrived on the last day. Woltemade admitted to build this week. Then there was the transfer fee. The expectations placed on me because Newcastle's top.